Welcome back to Bros Talk Supercars. It's AJ and Curtis here, and we have got a very special video for you guys today.
Yeah, I'm excited. We are here at Joe Macaro. We are back. They always have epic stock, and they grant us quite a bit of access, so we are not complaining.
Should we have a look round?
Let's do it.
Show them the cars. Here she is. It is an absolute beautiful creation. It is the first hybrid that Ferrari ever created, pushing out 950 brake horsepower. 950! It's an absolute rocket ship. But only 499 of these models were actually built. So if you want to get your hands on one, good luck.
Good luck, yeah, and to be honest, this one is probably, it'll be towards 3 million, and I know this customer, well, it's not for sale, that is for sure, you can't find it, but if he was considering it, it'd probably be more towards the 4, like crazy numbers. But that is because this is Ferrari's, well, was the most powerful production car that they produced. It brought together innovative technology and solutions, and with that kind of hybrid engine, it is what we are seeing right now being passed down to the new generations. To think, this is what, over a decade old.
Decade old now.
296 GTB, we're seeing that kind of hybrid. The SF90, like, it is crazy power coming together.
And it's an absolute beauty.
You can come down, you're too tall. It doesn't work for camera angles now.
Yeah, is this what it feels like to feel like you, AJ, now?
Yeah, the right height it should be. Honestly, the LaFerrari is the first ever production car to have that F1 derived hybrid system in it. So it was the most powerful V12 at the time with 789 horsepower, but it includes that electric engine bringing over 150 horsepower. Now we know that is that 812 Competizione with 819 horsepower. So technically at the time, yes, it was a monster, but now it's kind of normal numbers. I think that's crazy to say.
It is, to be fair, and it's actually 161 brake horsepower, exact what the electric motor produces. So overall it produces that 950 brake horsepower. At the time, AJ, 10 years ago, 950 brake horsepower.
It's nuts.
What?
Come on, I'll let you stand up now.
Oh gosh.
Seeing this car from the side angle, you kind of see how beautiful it is. The Ferrari, LaFerrari, or as Ferrari want us to call it, it's just LaFerrari. It is part of that.
The Ferrari, LaFerrari, Ferrari want us to call the Ferrari not a Ferrari, LaFerrari. They want to say LaFerrari.
I think they just want us to call it LaFerrari. Anyway, moving on, like, this car is part of that holy trinity, especially for our generation. I feel like it's, would you say because it's a decade old, it's a modern classic? It's part of that holy trinity. You've got LaFerrari, your 918, your P1, they are that three, them cars together are just epic.
They are, AJ, but the thing with this, one, just looking at it from the side, it is beautiful how it just sits into the ground. It's low, it's clean, and it's so in proportion. That's one of my favorite features about this car. Now, it is the follow-on from the 288 GTO, the F40, the F50, and then the LaFerrari. Well, Ferrari, LaFerrari, which isn't a Ferrari, it's just a LaFerrari, is right here. I think it's beautiful, and it's got that curve system, that F1 curve system, so it gives you that extra power from that battery motor, which does make a drastic difference. I love it, AJ. Like, I am speechless almost, because it is a work of art. The way how they created this, from the bonnet to the rear to the interior, they thought timelessness. They didn't want big screens in the center. None of this stuff. They wanted it to look like it's brand new.
Well, when you produce
30 years later.
499. Every single one has to be spec'd to the hilt, perfect, as a work of art, and that is what they've done. They've achieved that with this.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, AJ. You took the words out of my mouth. It's perfection almost. Let's just bring it to, listen to that. So what I'm gonna say, AJ, is one of the sexiest parts of the car as we're bringing it around here. As you can see, the quad exhaust, which is absolutely beautiful. And I want to say one thing, you've actually got the reversing sensor in the brake lights right down here, which I love, and the reversing light. But up here, let's lift it up for a second, we have got a 6.3 litre twin turbo V12 monster of an engine back here. Now, it revs up to 9,250 RPM. Now, at 9,000 RPM, you are pushing out that maximum 789 brake horsepower. But don't forget, you've got that 161 horsepower from the electric motor to continue pushing you on. Now, if you're wondering, what is this orange wire and silver box in the back of this car? Now, it does look a little bit out of place, I do have to agree, but it's what connects the electric motor to the engine and works all of that magic to give you that Kerr system of pure power. Now, it has 128 brake horsepower per litre of the engine. I like it.
This has a maximum 900 Newton meters of torque at 6,750 RPM. This is supplemented by an electric motor that drives directly through the differentials, not the gearbox, as in the P1. Together with a combined weight of 146 kilograms, the electric motor is beefier than the lighter 918 Spider, but at the end of the day, like, these numbers are outrageous. And to think this is still, I know we're saying it again and again and again.
It's a decade old.
It's a decade old.
I know. And this is the thing which I can't even get my words out right now because it doesn't look it. This car looks like it's
being released right now, I'd still be like,
yeah,
whoa.
This is a 2022 model. That is what this looks like. And you would not even blink an eyelid.
You're not even in 2023 yet.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, AJ. I've travelled back in time. Let's talk about the eye-watering performance features of this car, which will give you a facelift with that 0 to 60 miles an hour of under 3 seconds. And listen to this, AJ. 0 to 124 miles an hour under 7 seconds.
I mean, it's just look at this car. Like, this car did a 1 minute 20 seconds at the Fiorano tracks. That's 5 seconds quicker than the Enzo, which is pretty epic. And obviously it is, but also 3 seconds quicker than the F12 Bertinelli, which is arguably one of the Ferrari's quickest cars at the time. These are crazy numbers, and this car, every time we look at it, every angle that you look, every detail, for me, the wing mirrors, we're going to do a full walk around of the car now, but it's just, it's a work of art. Every camera angle is just like,
everywhere you look at it, there's something different, there's another angle on it. But top speed of this car, let me throw it at you, 217 miles an hour. Let me actually just talk about the carbon footprint of this. So actually it has 200...
Carbon footprint? I thought you were going to talk about how green we are walking around the planet because it's a hybrid.
No, well, this is the thing. Listen to this. It's actually got less emissions than a Lotus. It's got 220 grams per kilometre of CO2 emissions, which actually works out better than a normal Lotus.
Sorted, don't have to worry about the ULEZ getting wider now, do we, in the M25?
Yeah, well, probably still will for some reason, because they'll add something else in to make you pay.
Here we have Curtis on the floor trying to get and see how low it is. But the front wing on this car was designed specifically to increase the downforce by eliminating the negative effect of pitch sensitivity caused by this pronounced splitter. I mean, like, it is.
AJ,
look at the gap in the middle there.
That sounds all phenomenal and amazing and really technical. But in reality, who gives a crap? It just looks amazing. It looks like a python's head, AJ. You've got your lights coming in from the side here. Your lights coming in, look at this, like a snake's head coming forwards. You've got this nose here with this moustache which drops down coming around that bottom splitter. Your little flick here for extra aerodynamics with that carbon look on it. It's just coming at you and it wants to bite you. It wants to just grip and go.
Well, we've got to talk about the technical stuff as well, as much of the visual stuff, Curtis. Like this here is to create another air vent, or like a kind of tube of air that goes over the car. Like, you kind of following it, like here, you can see it. I'm not going to touch the car, I wouldn't dare. But like this air goes over here, drops into the scallop, again, coming from here. The turbulent air out of the wheel comes through this air vent, channeling the air all the way down here, back into this, oh, we need to change the light in here, we need some light in there. That radiator. And then coming over here, like this shoulder, it's not just there, it goes back again into a radiator, into the rear of the car, wheel arches here, wheel well, coming through. And for me, it's always the coolest part of the car. It's kind of like these rear active air vents. Like, look at the channels of the car, not that we can get underneath the car, but you can kind of see the lines there as the air passes under the car and out the back, trying to create that kind of clean flow. Like, as you can see from the back here, like the middle part of the car is just swooshing through the air, and it wants the air to pass over the sides here. It's beautiful, and we do have to talk about that kind of like, not that even see it here, that active rear wing that pops up, which is pretty crazy.
It is, AJ. Now, enough of all of that technical stuff again. It's just class and style. Everything sort of slots in, and it's deep, and it slots in, and it grooves around each other. The way it really
It's
does.
layered, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what it is.
Even the roof, like
Yeah.
you can kind of see like that little channel across the top. It's crazy. This is crazy.
Dropping it down onto these alloys, AJ, which are absolutely beautiful. The 5-spoke design.
Oh no, Ferrari not gonna be happy.
Why? Because
Got
the
the
Ferrari's
horse.
the wrong way. I
The
know, I
horse is
know.
facing the wrong way.
And I actually think this is very simple, this design. It's not too much, it's not too little. It really exposes the whole disc brake and the carbon fiber discs. It looks nice, and it shows that
If
style
that disc brake
to
was,
it.
let's say, in white, yellow, blue, something, you'd see how big it is. It's outrageous.
I think the black and the blue works absolutely perfect. Can I just bring you back to the exhaust though, AJ? They are, I'm going to have to say it, fake tips. Now, you do have the actual real quad exhaust. They're absolutely there, but as you can see on the inside, they are a lot smaller than these initial outside tips.
That's not fake. You can't say that's fake.
It's-
That's not fake. That's not fake.
Are they that
rewind,
size,
take
though?
It, I say take it back.
Are they that size?
Take it back.
Now, in reality, it doesn't matter at all, because if you heard this engine, it sings, it roars when you're hitting that 9,000 RPM.
Just before we go into the interior, Curtis, I have to talk about one thing. This.
Are you about to talk about the bug-style wing mirrors on
The wing
there?
mirrors are the best part for
Yeah.
me. It's not even a wing mirror, it's actually a whole wing. Like, they could take off just from that, or in this case, push it down to the floor. So we're going to get into the car now because we have to talk about this. Wait there, just before I get in, I've got to appreciate this. I
Go on.
feel like a kid in a candy shop. Wait, what have you done, Kurt?
This is what you call...
Stress, because Kurt doesn't know how to open it.
I should have planned this before.
What are you doing? Ultimate stress in your head right now. We're going to have to fast forward this, aren't we?
2 hours later. I was actually pressing something and it was moving, and I don't think I should have been pressing it.
Okay.
Look at that.
So now you've wrecked the view, now I'm going to get in the car, Curtis, but thank you for that.
Just for an outside look, AJ, it's Transformers, it's Bumblebee in blue. It's Optimus Prime, AJ.
Kurt's very happy with himself right now. But no, we're going to get into the car now. Oh, it's now giving us a proper headache, hasn't he? Where's he gone? Okay, so we're getting into the car. This car is absolutely beautiful from what has to be said. The carbon monocoque, like, insane.
And what I find interesting about this is, AJ, so the seats are actually planted to the carbon monocoque. I can't even say the word.
Carbon monocoque.
The carbon monocoque, the seats are actually stuck to it, so you don't move the seats forward and backwards. This stays here, and you actually have to move the pedals closer to you or further away, depending on what you need, as you can see there, and then move them back, which works perfect. So you're always in that perfect driving position, because the weight really does change. If you move your seat forwards or backwards, Ferrari doesn't want your weight to change. It doesn't want you to be able to disrupt the car in any way possible. So it says, you're sat here, you've got no choice.
Okay, look at that limited, look at that, Kurt, look at that badge. Oh, I'm so happy.
And as we were saying before, AJ, there are no screens in the middle. There is nothing that's going to make this car look outdated. You've got these almost fighter jet style blowers here, which just look like they're angry for
I
you.
think one thing for me is that, like, usually Ferrari, I hate to say it, is kind of the interior is not always the best, but considering this was a decade ago, like, it is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's quite clearly here, made in Italy. But
Alcantara,
the front-
carbon
the
fibre,
front-
tanned leather.
Yeah, but the front kind of dash part, it actually reminds me of the wing mirror. Like, it's exactly like that. And going for that kind of pinstripe blue.
And yet again, AJ, how we were saying about the outside, the design follows to the inside, how it's all like got grooves inside it. It's layered on top of each other. And I love the Alcantara steering wheel. You've got the horns, which are on the steering wheel for accessibility. You've got your gears on top
What did
here.
you say?
Your horns are on the steering wheel for accessibility.
Horns. I was like, why are you calling?
Yeah.
Why are you calling the gear the?
what did you think I was on
I
about?
thought you were on about the flapping panels or horns because they were so big.
No, you've got these bad boys, which are massive, a real solid feel, but your horns,
So when you're driving in Knightsbridge, you can hit the horn really quick in case somebody's going to hit you.
It's exactly what it's for as you're driving around. Then you've got all of your settings here from your wet, your sport, race, traction control off, and ECE fully off. Engine start, and obviously suspension all around here. Indicators, it's all on the wheel. It's all set up for racing, so it's nice and simple. You don't have to take your hands off at anything.
One thing I do have to say, because I do love these seats and this kind of saddle leather effect as I see it, but it's really smart because it's not just all saddle leather, it actually goes down into the Alcantara, so you're not slipping everywhere. Because if you do have a saddle leather seat, I mean, you are slipping and sliding for days.
And I have leather seats in my car. If you wear jeans and have buttons on them, it gets ripped, where the Alcantara will stay like that forever.
I kind of want to sit in it. I'm going to have to sit in it.
AJ, it feels just solid. It just feels like a go-kart. Perfect.
No stress getting out, Kurt.
I know, this is the thing.
Actually, you're a big guy and you got in and out that quite simple.
I'm not going to lie, because of how you have these wing doors,
It feels so good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bring the pedals to me. There is something about sitting here. Like, I can't believe how low you are, but bringing the pedals to you, like, you do feel like a proper F1 driver. And yeah, now noticing what you've said, like removing the side kind of screens at any distraction is crazy. And one thing I do have to say is, actually from this mirror, you can see quite a bit out the back if somebody's coming up behind you, but it's kind of a weird sensation. I do appreciate having the flag there. Always USB, you're always going to need it, but no cup holder, no cup holder. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's just stare at it. I just want to see some pretty panning shots now. I just want to sit here, get my coffee, and just feel like I should be in Italy right now with this car on a track. It's emotional. That's how you get that car, nice, simple. Honestly, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave us a comment, please. Honestly, it does mean the world to me because Kurt doesn't read comments, but I do, honestly, guys.
No, I do read the comments when I'm reading the comments.
Ah, when was that?
Yes, I'm not the best at reading the comments. But enough about that, AJ. Do you want to hear a fact?
I do. I want to hear a fact next to this beautiful yellow Ferrari.
Okay, there are 499 LaFerraris in the world, yes.
499, yep.
And there are only 41 registered in the UK.
That's quite interesting, actually.
In other words, there's definitely 41 billionaires in the UK. I didn't know where he was going then. He started reversing, I was like, whoa!
No, we saw that.
Yeah. And then I saw myself in the reflection on the car on my knee. I thought, oh God, got to change the camera angle. The car that we like, or do you want to, do you know what I mean? Because it could have been you talking about that, but oh, whilst we're down there, look at that arch. This video is powered by Food Heaven. It's all plant-based foods. Go try it out.
Go on, Kurt, you can do the honours. 3 million quid, just reminder.
I know. You want to be so gentle with everything.
So it's a 3 million.
Just. There we go, yeah. All good now. Never know.